welcome to the Bat Cave. I'm your host, BlindBat8719. On today's video, we're going to be playing some Historic, as this is a Historic Brawl week right now on Arena. And I built a blue-white control deck led by Azor the Lawbringer. He is a 6-cost commander. Before I go into the deck, though, I just want to make a quick ask of my watchers, my viewers. If you guys wouldn't mind hitting the subscribe button, helping me out with growing the channel, it would be greatly appreciated. Onto the deck. Azor the Lawbringer is a 6-cost commander. He's a legendary Sphinx, 2 white, blue for a 6/6 flying creature. When he enters the battlefield, each opponent can't cast instants or sorcery spells during that player's next turn, and whenever he attacks, you may play X white, blue. If you do, gain X life and draw X cards. This is the ability from Sphinx's Revelation, way back from, I believe, Return to Ravnica, or at least that is the set of that was the visit to Ravnica when that card came out the second time. This week I'm just going to do really brief overview of the deck. We're basically a blue-white control deck, so that kind of tells you how we want to play the game. The only odd one out here, I have things organized a certain way. Momentary Blink, I just thought it'd be kind of fun to be able to blink Azor to use the ability and maybe possibly save him. But these are our card draw spells, our card advantage spells. These are what I would say are our control cards. Then you have our ramp, our board wipes, board control wipes, and then our win cons. Because essentially what a control deck is counter spells, ramp, board wipes, win cons. And then the mana base, 5 plains, 6 islands, 1 castle Vantress, Glacial Fortress, Hallowed Fountain, Irrigated Farmland, Temple of Enlightenment, Command Tower for blue-white fixing, or dual lands, Fable Passage to search for our basic, then to deck out, Field the Ruin to blow up things we don't want our opponents to have, Field of the Dead because why not, Labyrinth of Scophlos for some protection, and Reliquary Tower to make sure we have no max hand size. If you have any other questions about the deck, feel free to ask them in the comment section down below. I'll answer any questions about why I chose certain cards for the deck. But with that really quick deck tech out of the way, let's jump into the arena for some brawls. Alright, we're going to mulligan this hand. 2 lands. Wish we had a little more stuff to do with it. So let's take the free mulligan. We are playing against, I don't know how to read that, piloting a Zareth and the Trickster deck. If anybody knows what this reads, please, I would love to know that. Write in the comments below. Translate it for me, please. Yeah, we'll keep this one. We have some ramp. We can build towards a patient rebuilding, and we have some. We have an opt to draw, and we have a Dovin's Veto for some counter spell shenanigans. Say hello to our opponent. Lead off with the island, and we'll pass the turn here. Alright, play the command tower out next. And let's see if we can get Guardian's Idol out. Possibly might have the negate. Lofty Denial. Alright, nope, that's a good one. Island from our opponent. Soaring Thought Thief. Alright. Can't do anything about that. Swan Song. Okay. Let's go with the Castle Vantress here. I think now would be, at the end of their turn, would be a good time to use the opt. Just to kind of starts, maybe keep the lands flowing a little bit. Ideally, we can use the patient rebuilding on the turn they cast. So with the turn they take to cast Zareth, that's going to be the turn where we're going to want to play the patient rebuilding. Let's opt. Then I have a little bit of a mutate theme going on here. Actually, the neutralize will be pretty good here because they might set up next turn to try to cast Zareth. That resolves. 1 from the Soaring Thought Thief. I forgot about the mill effect when I made that decision with the op, so let's see what we get. Alright. We have the Light of Hope at least to keep us in the game a little bit by gaining some life later on. Them getting our Narset though with Zareth's Sand's ability will not be a good thing for us. Planes. We're just going to pass the turn here. Ah, we lost the Cleansing Nova, and we have lost another land. Winged Words? Okay, they didn't play a 5th land drop, so I think it's safe here to go for the Winged Word to try to draw some cards. We have a Swan Song in case they try to counter it. It'll increase the beatdown clock on us, but we'll be able to draw some cards, get that 5th land, maybe that 6th land, and continue working towards patient rebuilding. Really? This is tough. We can try, if we cycle the Censor and get a Plains, does that really ruin everything for us with what our opponent can do? I think I need a guard to go for that land, so I'm going to cycle the Censor now. They have something they apparently can do. This is not an instant. So, alright, Fabled Passage. Alright, that's good. We'll leave that be for right now. Oh, they have their own Censor they could cycle. Okay. Now, if we draw our 6th land next turn, we could, and actually I might be worth not cracking the Fabled Passage our turn, but if we draw our 6th land, we can play the Patient Rebuilding with a Swan Song backup, because they're going to want to, for 5 mana, they're going to want to cast their commander. They might try doing it now, in which case we get a free pass on casting the Patient Rebuilding. They get it. Essence Scattering, Glacial Fortress Pass. Okay, now they play out the Zareth Sand. Okay. Ominous Seas. Okay. So we're gonna crack this. Get another blue source. What is the scariest thing we have right now? Is a Narset. Battlefield under that player's control. Okay. So, if we go this play, we're not going to be... Alright, let's just get the Patient Rebuilding out. We won't be drawing cards, but we will be milling them. There are not too many options that will destroy this in blue-black. There's one, and I'm forgetting, I think it's Blood Reckoning? Maybe that's a different card. But there's definitely Discard. Probably the Neutralize. The Dive Down, we don't have any creatures. Because they're definitely going to hit us with Zareth Sand and take our Narset. Take that back. They're going to grab Kefnet now. So we now need to try to get to one of our board wipe / removal spells. We've already lost Cleansing Nova. So that leaves us with Settle the Wreckage, Cloak Giant, Time Wipe. Now we're down to 8 life. Light of Hope might be looking kind of good now for gaining some life. What does this need? 3 cards, and we're giving them 3 cards. Oh, that's kind of... Alright. Alright, are we dead here? 4 life counteracts that. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think we're done. Let's just see what we get when we cycle real quick. We didn't mill any lands, unfortunately. Yep, nope. Good game. They got this on us. Alright, on to the next one. I want to keep this hand. I know that there's no real interaction, but we do have 2 ramp spells that can get us to, I guess, to 5 relatively quickly. To start playing, we can play out Tezzeret and then follow with a Dream Trawler or an Azor. So I'm actually going to keep this. We already have the Field of the Dead, so that's not too bad. Say hello to our opponent. Now the question becomes, do we lead off with the Guardian Idol next, or the Arcane Signet to keep open the Swan Song? So, Oh yeah, I didn't say. We're playing against a Niv-Mizzet Parun deck piloted by PoxNox. Pay 2 for the Hallowed Fountain. And let's see if they also run a Swan Song. Alright, they don't. Alright, let's see if we get punished now for not keeping up. Playing the Arcane Signet for a Swan Song. Field of Ruin. Alright, not bad. Play out the Arcane Signet. And we have nothing else, but we have a Negate and a Swan Song now. So, in our 6th land source, so we could play out the Dream Trawler if we want to. Or we can go with the Tezzeret and actually get close to drawing 2 cards with his ability. Jace's Triumph. I think we'll just negate that. Winged Words. I'm a little short on my colors. Okay, so that doesn't work there. Same thing with the Dream Trawler. Okay, so I think here we'll just plus up Tezzeret.
A master builds with ease.
So we're probably not going to go for his -9 ability, but his 1 and his 0 are going to be really useful to us. The Thopter may not survive long enough a lot of the time to give us the 2 cards because we are playing against a blue-red deck, and red will probably have a lot of burn to kill our little Thopter here. They might even try it in response. So definitely next turn we're going to try to cast. We'll probably lead off by casting the Winged Words, most likely, just so we can get the reduced cost. Short of getting a white source, potentially. I think that's fine. I'd rather save the Swan Song for something that was more like a burn spell that's going to... Ooh, they got rid of the Electromancer. That's interesting. Alright, so we have Into the Roil. So I would just say we draw a card here.
I know what must be done.
Alright. So that frees up our mana. Blue, blue, but we don't have any counter magic then. Alright. So I'll play the Winged Words out as well right now. Alright, we have Temple Alignment and Censor. Alright, I think we just sit steady here. We'll just end our turn. Alright, so we have the Censor so they try to tap out for their Niv-Mizzet next turn. Let's draw another card with Tezzeret.
Let's see how you respond to genius.
Okay. Alright, so let's play out Temple of Enlightenment. Absorb is a good one to have. Blue. And that still leaves us up with Censor or Swan Song. I'm going to try and force God-Eternal Kefnet here. Alright, resolves. And the turn. Now we'll censor... Oops, I forgot. Niv-Mizzet can't be countered. I'm glad they have this red halo here to remind me of that. They almost was going to be dumb and do that. We have Tezzeret to draw his cards. We'll just bounce Niv-Mizzet now. Good game. And we get the concession from our opponent. I'm gonna keep this hand. I think it's borderline, but we have the Censor. We're playing against jvbombom, piloting a Heliod Suncrown deck. I'm usually seeing this one in Standard Brawl, but I would think this is going to be again a straight up white aggressive life gain deck. So being able to mess with their tempo, being able to counter something on 2, we can destroy something of theirs on 3. I think those are kind of worth it. And then late game, they'll have mana to cast the Smothering Tithe, but if they're going to be aggressive, if we get the Smothering Tithe down, they're really not going to pay for it. Or if they do pay for it, it's going to mess up their tempo. Now, we are going to want to use the Opt to try to draw towards board wipe sooner than later. Speaker of the Heavens. Alright. Okay, and we drew a Hallowed Fountain. Okay. So, let's go with Temple of Enlightenment here, into the Roil. I think that's a good temple play. We'll keep that on top. Paying 2 life for the Hallowed Fountain kind of signals that we have a thing we want to cast, especially since we don't cast anything on our turn and it's on their turn. So our opponent would know that we have a counter spell. They may still have one now, and if they try to cast a 3-drop thing, we're definitely going to use the censor here, like Heliod, so that's perfect. So we'll censor him. And with the speaker already having lifelink, this will just grow the speaker, make him very difficult to interact with. It's just frustrating re-looking at it now that the speaker has vigilance, because our farm doesn't. Oh, actually, oh no, the farm will hit it, actually. That's great. Keeping up with that idea that we don't want our opponent to know that we absolutely have something by paying 2 life for the Hallowed Fountain. Okay, Arcana Sun's Grace. That's actually a good 4-drop play if we want to play Heliod on 5. Alright, so I'm going to farm here. 4, we're going to play out Smothering Tithe. Can we afford? We can afford holding off on paying them life. We'll play out the Labyrinth of Scophlos. We're going to play out the Smothering Tithe here. It's entirely possible we're going to get blown out because they have some sort of removal spell for the Smothering Tithe. But I'm thinking that they're going to want to cast Heliod so that they can get a Pegasus token. And then when they deal the damage, he'll probably pump the Archon with Heliod's ability. And then we can destroy it with the Giant Killer on our turn. Now the question I'm debating in my head now is it worth it to use the extra mana from Smothering Tithe to cast the Opt? That would maximize our value and make us more informed, I think. Because I think having... I mean, if we're going to play out Azor, it's not really going to do much because they're going to start going... I think we're going to try to look for a board wipe here. Time wipe counts. Alright, so they didn't play this in the order that I was hoping they'd play it in. I would say at this point then, let's see, destroy all creatures. Well, I can't actually cast Azor. Okay. Alright, so I think our next play, so what we're going to do is we're going to hold off here. Could have used Market there now that I think about it. But I think I'm more comfortable and familiar using Into the Roil. I figure what I might do, and now we're hamstringing their mana a little bit. Glorious Anthem. Okay. I'm going to cast with Kicker on the Heliod here. This way then they don't get the mana. I'm trying to really just soak up the amount of times I can... how many creatures I can get on the field for the time wipe. Fabled Passage. Get a white source here. I'm going to be a little greedy. I'm going to go with Azor here. Because Heliod can't attack next turn. He will probably try to pump up the Heliods, I feel. Sorry, not Heliod. With Heliod's ability, he'll try to pump up the Archon or the Pegasi. He's going to play the Heliod first, get the extra token. He'll swing in probably with some token. Oh, okay. So actually, Prism Realm goes after... Alright, that works. Decline, because we have the Teferi we can use. We have some ways of interacting with Prison Realm. Alright, Arcane Signet. So, last cast the Time Wipe. Auto pay. So next turn, we're looking at casting Teferi. We'll put away the Prison Realm. That's what I want to do. It might be more prudent to actually draw the card and then untap the Skullflos and be ready for that. Or we can keep up Giant Killer Manor, or Chop Down, I guess, and then start using this to control the board. I just have to remember that his tap ability has a 2 mana cost activation. Alright, Heliod is 3. Grateful Apparition. Proliferate. Okay. I like that one. Neutralize. Alright, so I'm going to use Teferi here. And I'm going to put away the Prison Realm. Since we have the 3 mana for the Neutralize. So we now can have the power to counter something, as well as the power to, if he plays a really big thing out, we can destroy it in response, so we can lose the Heliod. So if we start drawing any lands, I'm just going to hold on to them in my hand for market, just so I have some discard fodder. Conclave Tribunal. I think that will be worth countering. They can't actually cast any combat tricks here because Azor prevents any instants or sorceries being cast from them. And actually, swinging out with Azor may be the play here just so we can draw some cards and gain some more life. I might be getting our opponent here potentially. Other than the fact that they want to try to gain life, make Pump Heliod up. So we'll block here. They might just give it lifelink. Nope. Okay. Deputy of Detention. Okay. So let's just draw a card first with Teferi.
You know what? I'm not done.
Settle the Wreckage. We didn't play a land. Yeah, let's draw 5 cards, and that should keep us safe for the most part. Next. Now, Azor's ability that protects him from casting into sorceries, that's gone. So if they have something that kills him when he attacks, then we are going to lose him, but hopefully we'll be able to get our ability first. Alright. Take the action. Pay 5. And what's the auto pay give us? Kind of what we figured. Okay. Alright, Momentary Blink is good. Actually, right now it's pretty good. So that'll bring him back on our side. And they can't cast any more instants and sorceries. And it'll protect him. Alright, let's play an island. And we'll just pass the turn. In the Labyrinth. So if we draw another land, we can use Market to draw more cards. I really want to get off the Patient Rebuilding. Oh, the Prison Realm. Okay. Momentary Blink is target creature. Angel of Vitality. Okay. So Settle the Wreckage here actually gets rid of Heliod and gets rid of the Prison Realm for right now. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. Or we can just use Giant Killer and kill the Angel of Vitality. Oh. Dang it. I should have gone with the... Dang it, I should have gone with the Tarnarkin. Oh man, I was doing so well. That's fine. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Alright, so we still have Settle the Wreckage to help us out. Detention Sphere. Alright, so let's swing here. I don't think we need to draw any more cards. Because Detention Sphere is not a land permanent. So if they Prison Realm us, we can do that. Let's use Patient Rebuilding. If I use Market here, it leaves me with 4 mana still. Yeah, I'll use Market. Discard Plains and the Mind Stone. And I think the rest is fine. So at this point in the game, they'll probably just start paying for the Smothering Tithe. So these are our last treasure tokens. Oh. Oh, perfect. Okay, the Spell Pierce. Yay. And I'd say now we're going to probably have to use that Momentary Blink. Okay, untap another target that has base power. Alright, that's fine. We're going to blink Azor here. And we can block Mika. So that dies. We'll take a little bit of hits, but we can use Azor to gain more life again. And we have Patient Rebuilding. Play out the command tower. So I am... Oh, oof. That was not what I wanted to do. I did not want to pay for the ability. Crap. Oh, let's do 4. That should be fine. Just so we can gain a little bit of life. And going to end the turn here. I discard 3 cards. We don't need a Narset. I don't think we need a Castle Vantress. And I don't think we need another Plains right now. I could have got rid of the Winged Words, actually. Daxos. That'll gain us some life as well. So let's get rid of Daxos. Probably should have used the Swan Song now that I think about it, because Daxos is an enchantment. And the Charming Prince would have been the one to actually be the one to use Absorb on. 39 for them, we have 24. So yes, no more card draw for us, hopefully. Alright, Light of Hope. That's great. We can destroy an enchantment. That's awesome. Swing, all attacks, 1 attacker. Decline this time. Next. More than enough cards in hand. Probably should put Body on the field here. Alright, so let's go with Deputy of Detention. Get rid of the Charming Prince. And we play out a Giant Killer. So this should hopefully... We should be protected from just about everything at this point. We have... there we go. Okay. Navigated out of that one. Alright. Alrighty, and that is the video for today. So overall we went 2-1. This week, because Historic Brawl is only for a week, these videos are going to be a little bit shorter because I want to get a few of them out. So if you see them and you like the deck, you can get to try to play them during the actual event. We went 2-1. The control deck, I don't see a lot of those, or at least... I think when you see them, they're usually mono-blue, probably because there's no real great blue-white commanders in Brawl at the moment. There's Linvala, but she doesn't really lend herself to being like a control build. But I thought it'd be fun to try to play a blue-white control deck in Historic Brawl. I have a thing for Sphinxes. I have a Sphinx Tribal deck in my EDH collection. And I thought, I was looking originally at Sphinx Tribal, but I don't think it's there just yet. But I thought he'd be a fun way to build a fun commander to have for a blue-white deck. So yeah, no, the deck was a lot of fun. It's definitely playing control is a different mindset, a different set of skills you need. Trying to anticipate what your opponent may have. Obviously, I still made some mistakes, like with when I should have destroyed the creature that for 5 power or 4 power that had 2 pips on it, so it would stop the attack on Teferi. So control you need a few more reps with it to get better with the deck. If you like today's video, please click the thumbs up icon down below. If you really like what I'm doing, please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the bell icon to get notified of when I upload weekly the newest Brawl video to have content brought straight to you. If you have any suggestions or any for the deck, or if you have any questions on the certain card choices that I made, feel free to ask them down in the comment section below. Or again, any suggestions on how you would build a deck, what cards you would put in there. I would greatly appreciate having a discourse with you guys in the comment section. As always, thank you for visiting the Batcave, and have a great day.